Oh yeah. Okay, hello everyone. So in today's video, we would like to present the sex and gender material in this introduction to sociolinguistic course. And here is the material from the Don Zimmerman and West, entitled "The Sex Roles, Interpretation, and Also the Silence in Conversation." Before we do the presentation, we would like to introduce ourselves. First one is Agung Ayu Candalika Laksmi with four last digit number 1 to 32, and me Ulin Hatri Mumtaza with four last digit numbers. We move on to the first material, and it will be presented by Chanda. Chanda, time is yours.
Okay, thank you so much for the time. Now, my name is Chandranika. I would like to present the introduction, the first segment, and also the minimal response. I will start from introduction. There is power and dominance. Preliminary findings of the study, what is reported shows that there is a definite and pattern way in which power and dominance enjoyed by men in other contexts is exercised in interaction, their conversation with women. Conversation is definitely one of the most fundamental forms of social interaction and structural analysis. Now the first segment. The first segment is a young man attempting to arrange a date with a young woman he has just met appears to anticipate her objection by completing her sentence for her. We can see in the line 4 and the 5. The man, would you like to go to a movie later on tonight? Woman, huh? And then the man, a movie, like dang dang dang, a flick. Yeah, I know what a movie is. It's just that you don't know me well enough. Okay. The sentence, you don't know me well enough, is syntactically and semantically coherent utterance jointly produced by two speakers. Also pointed out that the completion is done with precise timing. There is no gap or overlap between the two speakers. And then Zimmerman and West observed the alternation of speakers is achieved with little or no gap is considerable as readiness of the next speaker. So they can conclude that a conversation involves both active speakership and also active listenership. Now I would like to explain the minimal response. Minimal response, a brief digression. As I mentioned before, for the conversation, need active listener and also active speaker. And this active listener is a fundamental requirement. The gap like and also yeah, when interpreted through the speaker's continuous speech now from the previous conversation, are not seen as interrupting the current speaker. And also we have the nonverbal interruption like nodding the head. Interruption is displaying continued or interest and participation in topic and as indicator that the listener is paying attention to the flow of the conversation carefully. So it can be called as this response is a positive reinforcement from the active listener. Next, the material is about 31 conversation and also the interruption from men will be presented by my friends Ulin. Now, Ulin.
Okay, thank you, Chanda. So I will continue the presentation. So here's about the 31 conversation. So it is recorded in the coffee shop, drugstores, and other public place in a university community. And conversation of this 31 conversation is among 10 pairs of the same sex, which is the 10 male and male, and also the 10 female and female, and the rest 11 conversation is from the cross sex. And the topic is varied widely, can be from everyday concerns, close friends, lovers, insecurities, and others. Next slide, please. Interruption and also the overlaps in 20 same-sex two-party conversational segments. So here's the same-sex conversations about male and male and also the male and female. And the result is for the interruption by the first speaker is 43%, which is counted as 3. And also from the second speaker is 57% is counted as 4, and in total it's counted as 7. And for the overlaps, the first speakers are doing about around 55%, which count as 12, and for the second speaker is 45%, which count to 10, and the total is 22. So there were 7 instances of simultaneous speech classified as interruption and 22 classified as overlap. Both overlaps and interruptions appear to be a symmetrical distribute between the speakers. And that is the speaker transition errors or overlaps and also the violation or interrupt seem to be fairly equally divided between the first and the second speaker in this conversation. And this one is about the interaction and overlaps in 11 cross-sex two-party conversational segment. And it count for the interrupts from the male is counted as 46, which is the 96%, and for the female is only 4%, which count 2, and in the total is the 48. And for the overlaps, the male is counted full 100, which count a 9 from the total, and no overlap from the female. So in the conversation between a man and woman, men use the 46 interruptions and men only 2. And then the conversation are based on the conversational segment, which make possible of the pairs could contribute in a disproportionate amount of the instance of the overall patterns, and the occurrence of interruptions are clustered or categorized into few conversation and almost uniformly distributed across the cross-sex pairs. And in line with the result of the observed conversation between the cross-sex, males are dominant with the 96% of the total of interruption. And here is the conclusion of this presentation. So the first one is the mixed sex conversation are more likely to interrupt than women, and it uses a fairly small sample of conversation recorded by Zimmerman and West at the Santa Barbara campus of the University of California in 1975. And the subject of the recording were white, middle class, and under 35. And the third one is Zimmerman and West produced as evidence 31 segments of conversation, and they report in the 11 conversations between men and women. Men use 46 interruptions, while the women only 2, which make the males are dominant in interrupt.
Time is yours.
Okay, I think that's all about our presentation in this video. So we would like to end this video, and I hope you have a nice day.